Niall Stanage, White House columnist with our partners at The Hill. Niall, thanks for being here. We just heard from Robert there, Democrats kind of banking on all of this early voting. How would a Warnock win impact the leverage of senators like Joe Manchin or Kristen Sinema?
It would snip their leverage in half. Those two senators who you mentioned are the most moderate and most maverick-prone of the Democratic membership of the Senate. For the past couple of years, we've had a 50-50 Senate, so Democratic leaders have needed to hold on to the support of both of those senators. If Democrats get to 51, then obviously leadership only needs one of those senators on board, because Vice President Harris can cast a decisive vote. So it would make a significant difference in that way, Nichole.
All right, so we also saw in Robert's piece there, Walker kind of avoiding reporters' questions. We know he's been keeping reporters at pretty much arm's length in these days before the election. Is that impacting his momentum?
I think, Nichole, you and I as reporters would like to think it is, but I think that might be overestimating the popularity of our profession. I do think that there are problems with his momentum for other reasons. Herschel Walker took about 5 days off of the campaign trail over Thanksgiving weekend. He's also been ensnared in yet another controversy where he appears to have taken a tax break in Texas that depends upon his Texas home being his primary residence. So that is what is causing consternation for Republicans here in Washington and in Georgia. And that is one of the factors that is leading to, I think, pessimism in Republican ranks and optimism in Democratic ranks.
Well, Niall, let's look beyond this election cycle. How could the result of tomorrow, regardless of what happens, impact the election in 2024?
Well, in terms of the Senate, if Democrats were to win tomorrow, that would give them a cushion that they need, because it would provide a degree of insulation against what seems a pretty hostile wind in 2024 in the Senate. Make a long story short, the Senate map in 2 years' time is very forbidding for Democrats. They will be trying to hold on to about 8 very competitive seats, whereas Republicans don't really have very many competitive seats to defend at all. Maybe in Florida, Republicans are in some kind of danger, and that's about it. So in that regard, it would be extremely useful for Democrats to notch that one extra seat, get up to 51, in, frankly, the likelihood that they're going to lose some seats in 2 years' time.
All right, now let's stay talking about 2024 here. What do you think of this new Axios article that came out over the weekend? It argues that a Warnock win could mean his name starts to be floated as a possible presidential candidate.
Well, look, I mean, I love speculating about potential future presidential candidates, and Senator Warnock has run an impressive race. I think it is difficult right now to see a pathway to him becoming the Democratic nominee, even if he wants that, even if President Biden were to choose not to run for a second term. Briefly, Nichole, that Axios piece was sort of premised on the idea that Democrats are changing their primary calendar, moving up states like South Carolina and Michigan that have significant black populations. And so would Senator Warnock be would that be more beneficial to him? It would, theoretically, but it would also be very beneficial to Vice President Harris in that scenario, and she would seem likely to be the main beneficiary of that to me.
All right, Niall, as always, we thank you. Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.